What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. The Dodgers changing the name of the field at Dodger Stadium and adding a jersey patch next season. We're going to dive into that in just a second, but quick reminder, for all latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, podcasts, interviews, breakdowns, and more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. 1, how do you feel about the Dodgers changing the name of the field at Dodger Stadium and also adding an advertising patch to their uniforms? And 2, which companies do you think the Dodgers should consider? Which name do you want to see on the field at Dodger Stadium next season? And 2, which corporate sponsors should the Dodgers go with for their uniform patch? Which company's logo do you want to see on the Dodgers uniforms next season? Or do you just not want to see any logos at all? Do you want to keep it the same? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So the Dodgers, they're looking for a field presenting sponsor starting next season at Dodger Stadium. They're targeting a sponsorship cost of at least $20 million per year for the field naming rights, and this is according to J.P. Hornstra of the LA Daily News. Now, the name Dodger Stadium, that's not going to change. They're not going to change the name of Dodger Stadium like we saw Staples Center become Crypto.com Arena. It's still going to be Dodger Stadium, but you are going to see a company's name on the field. It's going to be insert company's name field at Dodger Stadium. We're going to see that starting next year. And J.P. Hornstra, who covers the Dodgers for the LA Daily News, he wrote in his piece, while the name Dodger Stadium will not change, the branding of the field itself represents a major shift for one of baseball's most storied franchises. He would go on to say the Dodgers have partnered with Sport5, a marketing agency, to sell the naming rights to Dodger Stadium's field and secure an advertising patch for team uniforms. And then the Dodgers Senior Vice President of Global Partnerships, Corey Norkin, said, given our reach, given our brand market, given the frequency of games, given the history of this ballpark, given all the factors that go into this, we're looking at a really significant partner. So it's clear at this point the Dodgers, they're going all in on the sponsorship opportunities. And that was one of the big compromises during the last collective bargaining agreement between the players and the owners, that you can have 4x4-inch patches from a single advertising partner that can be worn on the sleeve of the uniforms. Now, the ad patches will go through MLB and the MLBPA and can't advertise alcohol or gambling. So you have to get the approval of the MLBPA and Major League Baseball before you make an agreement for which company you're going to advertise with. And this is on the heels of Nike already being allowed on the chest. And you also saw New Era added to the hat. So this is definitely a shift for Major League Baseball, because for the longest time, all we saw was that majestic logo on the sleeve. It was tiny, but now you've got the Nike swoosh on the chest, you have New Era on the hats, and now you're going to have advertising patches on the sleeve. And it's going to be big. It's 4x4 inches. The NBA, they're 2.5 by 2.5 inches, so it's definitely going to be a pretty big ad patch. And to me, this is the bigger issue. The bigger concern is the ad patches. I'm okay with changing the name of the field because it's still going to be Dodger Stadium. I don't care even if they change the name of Dodger Stadium, we would all still call it Dodger Stadium. But to me, you see the advertisements on those uniforms. To me, the best uniforms, not just in Major League Baseball, but in all of professional sports. They have that clean, sharp, wedding gown white, and to sully them up with an ad patch, to me, is going to be an eyesore. It's going to take some getting used to. Now, which companies would you want? Which companies would you consider? I've seen a lot of people out there saying they want In-N-Out Burger. They want different companies, different local companies like Tommy's Burgers or Farmer John or something like that. But you're not going to get that. It's going to be a massive corporate sponsor, something probably crypto-ish, something in that range. Maybe you would get a BMW, maybe a Bank of America. It's going to be a massive, massive sponsor. Me, I think they should go with Chico's Bail Bonds. That's who I would roll with if I had to put one there. But I'm very against the ad patches on the uniforms because we're talking about the Dodgers. We're talking about the Yankees, the Cubs, Cubs, the Cardinals, the Red Sox, all these tradition-laden uniforms. And I just think it's going to be a sad day in Major League Baseball to have the ad patches, because it's also a slippery slope, because you add one patch, then you're going to add a patch on the helmet, and you're going to add a patch on the pants, and then sooner or later, you're going to look like NASCAR drivers and just have advertisements everywhere. And also, maybe one day they shrink the Dodgers logo, where the Dodgers logo is just a patch, and you have a big corporate sponsor across the chest like we've seen in soccer. So look, it is a slippery slope. Once you start getting that advertising money, you realize this is a business, and these organizations, they want to maximize their dollars. But then on the flip side, you look at it like this. The Dodgers, they spend a lot of money, they make a lot of money, and if you give them more opportunities to make money, then they'll put it back in the franchise, back in the team. And you'll see the Freddie Freeman signings. You'll see the Mookie Betts signings. Maybe they sign Trey Turner. So it can only help the Dodgers add quality of player and add big-name free agents in the future. So that's another way to look at it. But look, I mean, how much money do you need to make? I mean, how many $30 beers do you need to sell? How much parking do you need to sell to really justify the cost of a Major League Baseball franchise? But look, at the end of the day, it is a business. It's about maximizing your dollar, and this is going to do just that, because these corporate sponsorships, they're going to be lining up to advertise for teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Cubs and the Red Sox, because it is big business. They want to be associated with these top brands, and I just hope the Dodgers, I hope they just find a way to make this as tasteful as possible. Something in Dodger blue. I don't want to see a big color clash. Like if you put the In-N-Out logo on the Dodgers, you're putting red and yellow on this Dodgers uniform. And what makes the Dodger uniform pop? It's that you only see the red on the number. It's just featured on the number. The Dodger blue pops, the wedding gown white. So look, for me, I'm going to enjoy this final year where it's the last year that the Dodgers uniforms are going to be 100% perfect. And yes, I know a lot of people don't care about this. I know a lot of people say, hey, we're going to use that money for free agents, and I realize that. But me, when it comes to uniforms, I'm a big purist, and it's just a sad day. Because look at the most successful league in the world right now. What is that? It's the National Football League. And the National Football League, they have advertising patches on their practice uniforms, but not on their game uniforms. Maybe that day is coming. It probably is. But to see the NFL be the last team that doesn't have those corporate sponsorships, to me, is very interesting. And also, another thing to consider, too, is look at the patches. Look at the commemorative patches, the 60th anniversary patches, the 50th anniversary of Jackie Robinson. You had those right on the sleeve, and that, to me, when you're a franchise like the Dodgers that doesn't change their uniforms, that's kind of how you separate the years, and they just look special. Now, how are you going to have that now when you have a corporate ad patch on that sleeve? Where are you going to put the Jackie Robinson patch? How about if a player passed away? We saw Don Sutton and Tommy Lasorda. We saw those black patches. So, look, it definitely is going to be an eyesore in my opinion, but like I said, this franchise, this league, they're all about making their money and maximizing their dollar, and this is going to do just that. I mean, an extra $20 million per season, plus they're looking at the naming rights. And when it comes to the field name, look, I've been thinking Dogecoin Stadium. I was saying that back when the Staples Center changed their name to Crypto.com Arena, but I just think that it's going to be something tasteful, hopefully, because, look, the Dodgers had to be very careful with this, in my opinion, because, look, you're already adding that ad patch, and I think there's going to be a lot of fans like myself, they're going to be against it, and just going to take some getting used to, but at the end of the day, they're going to do it, and we know that it was inevitable that this was coming. But hey, like I said, I'm going to enjoy the final year of the Dodgers uniforms being perfect. And you look at the Padres, they've already signed with Motorola. I've already said that I think they should have signed with UPS. It would have been a perfect opportunity. They both have the same colors. But then again, UPS delivers, unlike the Padres, so it might not have been a perfect fit. But let me know down below in the comment section, which company do you want to see the Dodgers align with when it comes to their jersey sponsorship and their field sponsorship? And are you against this at all? Do you care? Does it mean anything? Is it something, nothing, or everything? Does it bother you to see a corporate jersey sponsor ad on the Dodgers sleeve? Because me, it's almost going to feel like a giveaway jersey. When you go and you get the Mookie Betts jersey giveaway and has the Bank of America logo, that's just kind of how it feels. But then you're going to get the quality of an authentic jersey. But I just want all your takes on this one, because maybe you think it's nothing. Me, I'm definitely against it, but I want to hear what you have to say. Give me your thoughts down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, breakdowns, interviews, and more all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. Really helps out the channel. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.